Rigid smurf. Rigid smurf is unflexible, will not bend, will not flex or bend or move with the Holy Spirit. Rigid smurf is stuck doing the same old thing all the time. Prays at the same time, eats at the same time. Very unbendable, will not flex. Too organized. There's a difference between organized and being too organized. Spiritual believers are organized but flexible. But when rigid smurf has to have Bible study at a certain exact time, or they have to eat at a certain exact time, they refer to the same scriptures all the time. They listen to the same worship music all the time. They don't change. They don't bend. They do not flex. They have the same scriptures, the same teachings, the same stuff they give, the same prayer. The prayers sound exactly the same. They always sound the same. They're like a doll that you pull the string and you know what they're going to say next. Very predictable. They are very predictable. They are characters because you know what they're going to say, how they're going to react. Rigid smurf doesn't change for anything. Will not change. Cannot change. All this is a form of pride. It's a form of not wanting to deal with the Lord on new things. The Lord does new things in our lives. But rigid smurf does not like new because pride hates change. Pride loves to be comfortable. Rigid smurfs are comfortable in their doctrine. They are comfortable in their songs. They are comfortable with their money system. They play their money system very, very, very close because they do not like change. And for them to change money systems would be death. They follow their money system very closely. The Christians are not called to follow their money system. They're called to be led by the Spirit of God, to move when God moves, to bend when God bends. But rigid smurf has to start service at a certain time and stop service at a certain time, and has this big agenda. Sticks to their agenda, sticks to their plan, sticks to their formula more than God. Rigid smurf loves formulas, love doing rituals. They love doing the same thing over and over and over because you don't have to seek the Lord when you do things like that. Rigid smurf doesn't have to seek the Lord. They could just do what they normally do and live their lives and just do what they have to do. So when you seek the Lord, you have to lose time, lose energy, lose money. But rigid smurf does not want to seek God on what to teach next. They just teach what they feel like teaching. And their doctrines they are comfortable in. They don't ever want to teach nothing new. They don't want to go outside of what they already done. Rigid smurf does not bend, does not change. That's saying like, oh, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That is rigid smurf. They eat at the same time. They pray the same way. They study the same way. If they like a certain book, if they like a certain verse, like a King James or NIV or ESV or Amplified, they stick with that and they cannot go to another one. They are very, very hard, very stiff. They will not change. They will not bend, sing the same songs, same teaching, say the same thing, refer to the same scriptures. Rigid smurf does not deal with the Holy Spirit. They may be doing all this outward religion. There's no reality behind it because it's just all man-made. It might have been good for a season. It might have been good when they first started seeking the Lord. But the Lord breaks us, shapes us, places us, prunes us, cuts us back. Richard Smurf does not make dealings with the Holy Spirit. Richard Smurf gives the Lord what he wants to give to the Lord. Outwardly. There is no inward reality. You have been given revelation, illumination on Rigid Smurf.